After an alarming number of Creekside High School students were homesick with a stomach bug last week, the health department there in St. Johns County has now confirmed a case of the norovirus.
On your side's Jocelyn Howard is at the school in St. Johns County and tells us what is being done to keep the illness from spreading.
That's right. Yeah, after they disinfected the school this weekend, they tell us that attendance is back to normal now, but also a letter was just sent out to parents yesterday. Yesterday a letter went out to parents and it said that the health department did detect that case of norovirus in the school.
Norovirus is a easily spreadable virus that provides people with symptoms such as vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal cramping.
Even before the health department announcement, many parents and educators were blaming norovirus for sending many kids home sick. At that point, all they knew for sure was that an illness was spreading, and quickly.
The amount of viral particles that are necessary to infect a person fit on less than the head of a pin.
After sanitizing the school with phenolic-based disinfectant on school surfaces and fogger inside classrooms, the school district hopes this will keep germs and viruses at bay.
There is a period of time which you're still able to pass the virus to other people, even if you're not having active symptoms. You still need to maintain proper hand hygiene, not share food or utensils, because you still might come down with the illness as well.
Both phenolic-based disinfectants and fogger are designed to kill not only norovirus, but also other illnesses such as the flu, hepatitis A, B, and C.
Along with norovirus, we're in the influenza season, and the way to prevent spread of all viruses is good hand hygiene, good toileting habits, and just being cognizant not to exchange body fluids with other people.
The school district says just as a precaution, they are going to be sanitizing the school this weekend just as they did last weekend. Reporting from Creekside High School, I'm Jocelyn Howard, First Coast News on your side.